This is Dave Palumbo with RxMuscle.com. In the Art Asylum with Dominick Mutasio. We are here 1 week out from the 2014 NPC Junior Nationals. We're here at Bev Francis Powerhouse Gym in Syosset, New York. Welcome, Dom. Welcome, Matt Porter, your trainer.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks for having us on the show.
Now, Dom, we had you on Heavy Muscle TV show the other day, and you were doing some posing for us. We know you did very well at the show you did in Jersey. You took second in the middleweight class. You were debating whether to go down to the welterweight class for junior nationals. I think your final decision was you're going to stay as a middleweight. Is that correct?
Well, we came up with kind of a different type of game plan. Just so you know, it wasn't like nagging on me over the next couple of weeks. I did the NPC Lehigh show. I stepped on stage at 172 pounds I weighed in that day. So pretty much what the game plan was going further is we're just going to coast in how we normally would, keep everything the same, and tomorrow morning if I wake up and I'm within, say, 7 pounds of the weight class, the weigh-in's until 2 o'clock, so I could get rid of that 7 pounds in an hour if need be, And if I'm anything over that, then we're just going to, continue to do what we're doing. We're not going to, risk losing condition to come in a little bit bigger. Our main concern is to come in conditioned as possible.
Now, Matt, you're doing Dom's diet. What would you like to see him? Do you want to see him go down in weight, or would you like to see him compete as a middleweight?
Here's the thing with Dom. I mean, he's been in condition at 183 pounds, pretty peeled, pretty dry looking. So he's accrued muscle during this whole process. So with Dom, my concern is his health. So the last thing I want to do was suck him down, dehydrate him, put him in the sauna just to suffer and make that welter, because he's a damn good middleweight. Like we said, if he's within that 7-pound range, that's not too bad, because we can bring him down early for the weigh-in. Then we can reintroduce fluids so we can fill him up and have him be a big-ass welterweight come Saturday morning. So it all depends on his health. Like, if he's above 7 pounds over the welters, then we're just going to stay in the middle. So pretty much as simple as that.
Gotcha. Now, Dom, Let me ask you this question. Obviously, it's nerve-wracking to be the smallest guy in the weight class. It's always better to be the biggest guy in the class. But where do you think you look best? At what weight?
I mean, honestly, even after the Lehigh show, I looked at the scorecards. I was 1 point away from winning the overall in that show, and I sent all the judges an email just telling them, look, I wanted to see their feedback, and on top of that, I told them a little bit of the predicament that I'm having here, that I don't know where to go, whether to go down to a welter or, stay as a middleweight. And kind of what I came to the conclusion of, they pretty much said, look, if you can mimic the same package that you brought to the Lehigh show, it doesn't matter, what weight class that you're going to be in, whether it's a welterweight or a middleweight. If you're that conditioned, you're going to get called out. People are going to see that. As far as pulling the trigger and making the actual decision, I let Matt make that decision, whatever he says goes. And I do know, and I trust him that, I know that he has my health that's his first concern. Even at the Lehigh show, I wanted to do a little bit of more water manipulation, but the whole time, he kept telling me, no. We want to avoid a rebound and make sure that you come in, at your best for this show.
Let me ask you a question. I was just watching you bench pressing, and you were doing 315 on the incline bench for reps pretty easily, and I know you're real close to a show right now. Has that always been a very good body part for you? Because you seem pretty strong in it.
Oh, well, actually, that day, that was like 3 weeks out from the Lehigh show, the video. And that was right when Matt just dropped my carbs. I have a very strong chest, not to toot my own horn. I'm strong in all my presses. I don't know if it's the short arms or what it may be, but no, that's usually, I don't usually lift any lighter than that. I mean, in the off season, I was putting up 4 plates with no spot for like 7 or 8.
Wow.
And I don't lift anything under 6 reps usually. But the low carbohydrates, even that 315 felt like it was 405.
Yeah. I see Jerry in the gym there training you during this workout. How instrumental has Jerry been in pushing you, to lift heavier weights and use better form and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, no, I mean, trying to describe training with him is so hard unless you actually done it before. But no, it's pretty much a lot of sets. Volume, but keeping the weight high. I mean, he takes into consideration that, this is pre-contest and I am getting close. So instead of, smashing heavy weights the whole workout, we usually will pick like, 2 or 3 compound exercises in the beginning of the workout and do those a little bit heavier. And then go into more like isolation stuff towards the end of the workout. But he definitely pushes me past my own comfort zone, like if I wasn't there, I might have stopped 2 reps earlier. He definitely motivates me to, keep going.
Let me ask you, Matt, for a second, regarding the diet that you got Dom on, what kind of, macros do you have in mind as far as protein, fat, carbs go during the day?
It started out pretty sparingly with carbohydrates, just timed around certain times, of course, pre-training, post-training in the morning. As we got closer and we needed to, initially after Gotham, we were dead set on welter. So as we got closer, I really wanted his body weight to come down. But then I realized the kid was actually gaining muscle during the process. So with Dom, it's almost been a day-by-day thing where he'll text me or call me, and I might have to add more carbs that day. Or he's training with Jerry, and he'll need 2 or 3 bagels pre-workout rather than 1. So it's really been a on-the-fly type of thing, which is kind of cool. It's been very custom. And even cardio, sometimes I'll have him do 2 little 20-minute hit sessions where we do intervals. Sometimes he's 2 tacks. So it's a day-by-day thing. But yeah, towards the end, the carbs have been in that 150 to 130 grams.
Did I hear you say bagel you're giving him to eat?
Oh, yeah. I'm not a big guy in glycemic index and all that stuff. I mean, Dominick has enough muscle tissue. I don't care if it's a bagel or a yam. The guy, it's going to go in the blood. It's going to be glucose. It's going to store glycogen. So, with certain people, it digests really well for him. His body does well. With it opposed to a fibrous carb doesn't bloat him. So, I mean, with me, I even do kids' cereals, and people that follow my posts, they kind of know I'm kind of big on different carb sources. So.
Gotcha, yeah. So, obviously, Dom, you're not gluten insensitive. You don't have any gluten allergies.
No, but most of the stuff that we do take in is all mostly like gluten-free. But the best part, though, about working with Matt, which I've never really experienced this before, is, he's just on top of it day by day by day. Like I said, I counted up 1 week. I think in a 2-week time period, you might have had, 4 or 5 completely different diets. Just on like the way that I looked and how I was feeling. He really listened to what my body's doing, and I kind of tell him he listens to my 2 cents, and then he'll take it, go back to the drawing board and look at everything, and he'll make the call from there. But it's been very, very, very customized for sure.
Yeah. Well, Cedric McMillan always said that the more gluten you eat, the better it digests. So I think that sometimes when you restrict foods too much, it doesn't really metabolize so well in your body. Now I'm watching you posing here with Jerry. He's showing you how to hit a side chest pose. Has the posing been a problem for you that you've had to spend a lot of time working on?
Well, previously, my previous 2 or 3 shows before this one, yes, it had been a big issue. I mean, my first NPC show, the big show that I did was the NPC Excalibur. I ended up placing 2nd in the open division welterweights 3 years ago, and the judges' feedback was specifically, it's hard to give someone a win in the class when they can't really show how good their physique actually is, even though that your physique was better and, probably should have took first place. You have to be able to present it, and I would say the biggest thing that I've been working on is my posing. Even from when this video was shot, my posing is so much better now. Just from even 20 minutes right before I go in the shower, every time I go through all my mandatories. Matt and his wife have been kind enough to Skype with me at least twice a week. Even if Matt can't make it, Matt's making sure that I'm getting, those posing sessions in, and it really helps a lot. It opens up your eyes, and you can see that there are so many good athletes out there that could be doing a lot better than what they're doing, but they can't present themselves on stage.
Now, Dom, final question of the evening. What will you be happy with coming away from Junior Nationals? Obviously, everyone wants to win, but what would be a successful run for you, in the very least?
I mean, obviously, me and Matt both are looking to win, but, just pretty much to come in as conditioned as possible and maybe make some minor improvements from the previous show. That's what I'm really looking for. If I can make a little bit of improvements from the previous show, that to me is a win in my eyes. We're not going to worry about variables we can't control.
Well, good luck this coming weekend. I know you're going to do great in whatever class you wind up in. For now, we're out of time. I'm Dave Palumbo with Dom Mutasio and Matt Porter in the Iron Asylum.